Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to make a truth table for the statement if P, then not Q. So we're going to figure out when this statement is true and false and all of that good stuff. So first, when you're making a truth table, you have to write out each variable so you can build up to the entire statement. So the variables here are P and Q. So we can write in P and then Q. And we have this not Q here, which means we need to include that as a column as well. And then finally, we could just take this whole statement, P, if P, then not Q, and we can copy that into our final column, right? So we've built up every single piece of the conditional. Awesome. So now we have to fill the table in. So remember, you have two variables, and this is always the same. You want to have a situation where it's both true. So true, oops, let me do caps. True, 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 false, false, true, false, false. Right? If you're not sure on this, remember that this is the four ways the situation can go down, right? Two true, two false, and then that's how it goes, true, false, true, false. And now we have to apply truth conditions to fill in the rest. So not Q. What does that mean? That means the opposite truth value of Q. So my eyes look at Q, I see that Q is true, that means not Q is false. I see Q is false, that means not Q is true. Same idea here. Q is true, not Q is false. Q is false, not Q is true. Okay, now is where it gets a little tricky because we have a conditional and you have the P as the antecedent, which is the first part of the conditional. So let me highlight this in a different color. And then we have not Q as the consequent. I'll highlight this in the same color. Okay. So the way my eyes have to look at this is I go, if P, then not Q. And the only way in which the conditional is false is when the antecedent is true and the consequent is false. In this case, the antecedent is P and the consequent is not Q. So let's do this that way. So if true, then false, that is the one situation in which it is false. Right? True, arrow, false is false. That's another way to think about it. Antecedent is true, consequent is true, therefore the whole statement is true. Antecedent is false, consequent is false, therefore it's true. Antecedent is false, consequent is true, therefore it's true. So you'll see in this first row is the only time where the antecedent is true and the consequent is false. That's why it's false. So this is it. This is the answer right here, this final column. Now, what did we actually determine? We determined that the one time in which this whole statement, if P, then not Q, the one time that statement is false is when the variable P is true and when the variable Q is true. That's the only way this whole sentence is false. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. We're going to do some more examples, so if you feel good about this one, keep progressing and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.